What's something that ruins your high? There's a lot of things out there that can take you from having a nice, chill, relaxing high to just stopping it in its tracks, or maybe stopping it over a shorter period of time. Maybe it's not instant, but there's a lot of things out there that could just flat out ruin your high. I made a video not too long ago, 5 things that ruin your high, and I had a long list of things, but I only went with 5 on that. I think we're coming back with 5 more today, but there was a lot of comments on that last video of people saying things that ruin their high. So let me know on this one, what do you got? I know what can improve your high. If you come smoke with me on Twitch, the sesh is at 9 p.m. Eastern. You can actually subscribe for free with Amazon Prime. Come get high with me on Twitch. I do movie nights on the Wednesday. We're watching Batman tonight at like 11:30 Eastern. But one of the things, I mentioned it in my last video, the first thing on this list is going to be showers or water in general. Entering a body of water, swimming, the ocean. Now for me, I think a nice hot shower after I've had a good sesh can help me to feel relaxed. It doesn't necessarily ruin my high, but a cold shower will ruin it. Like if the hot water runs out, I've had that happen before. When I used to live in Colorado, I had like 15 minutes of hot water, never anymore. And like if you just ran the dishwasher or something, you're trying to take a hot shower afterwards and the water just gets cold in the middle of it, you got shampoo in your hair and you're like, I haven't even washed my body yet. Cold showers for me can ruin my high, or jumping in a pool. You go for a swim, you go for a dip cannonball into the pool, you go from an 8 out of 10 high to like a 4 really quick. So for me, I think it's cold water. A nice warm shower is soothing and relaxing, but cold water is like, what are we doing? Now, number 2 on the list of things that ruin your high was a common answer on the last video, and it was something I already had written down, but physical labor. You got to do some strenuous act where you're lifting a bunch of weight and moving it somewhere. Getting high beforehand can help you take the edge off a little bit and focus on the task at hand, but the task at hand can take away that high pretty quick. Any super labor intensive thing, you got a big old project you're working on, and honestly, exercise can be physical labor. It depends on the type of exercise you're doing, but if you're going to hit the weights, for me, like the high just starts depleting with every set that you do. I think getting high before like cardio or something can help you stay focused and help you get in the zone for that. But some of the more tougher exercises, some of the more physical stuff where you're lifting weights, that just ruins the high for me. That just stops it. I get nice and high and I do a set of pull-ups, I'm not high anymore. So there are some people that do like to get high before they work out. And honestly, your workout's not going to be too long if your high is diminishing at a more rapid rate while you're working out. It's not the end of the world. But I prefer that after workout sesh. And honestly, I've been working out earlier and earlier, and I usually don't get high until 9 p.m. on Twitch. So I don't even do it right after. But it can be nice to get high right after your workout. Number 3 on the list is kind of related to number 1, but you don't have to enter water. But extreme weather, extreme temperatures. Like jumping in a cold body of water is going to ruin the high for me, but also like going out into the world when it's cold or there's like a blizzard or something. It's not just cold, it's hot too. But like when I lived in Colorado, if it was like genuinely freezing and snowing outside and I had to go out and do something and I was already high. I remember one time I lived by 7-Eleven and sometimes I'll just walk to go get munchies. Like it was easier to drive, especially if it was really snowy. Like I could slip around in my car, or I could just take the shorter route and just walk there. But that 5-minute walk would just ruin my high in the cold. You put on all your jackets and stuff, your face is freezing, but everything else is warm. The extreme weather would just ruin it for me. And then same in Florida, on a super hot day, if you're nice and high, you go outside for a minute, you just start sweating on every inch of your body within 2 seconds of being outside. That ruins your high. That is awful. So it's hard to pinpoint that one, but it's like extreme weather, extreme temperatures, if it's really hot or if it's really cold. I think just being uncomfortable attributes to ruining your high. Number 4 on the list is going to be maybe a little bit controversial for some people, but caffeine, coffee, energy drinks. For some people, they like to smoke and have their coffee in the morning. But for some people, if they're already high and they have like a sip of a coffee or a sip of an energy drink, their high is gone instantly. I've done plenty of sessions where I've had the coffee and a smoke or something like that, but I usually get higher and feel what I believe is a more nice, relaxing high when I don't have the coffee or caffeine. But also a nicer high to me can be a sleepier high or a lazier high. So some people would take that edge off with the coffee, but I feel like it's a different kind of high. and you're not as high. But like you could say you're high off the caffeine. That's a stimulant or whatever. But this was a common answer on the last video. A lot of people said that caffeine ruins their high, or energy drinks. And I've definitely experienced this before. I don't really do energy drinks anymore, but I used to just get them all the time, and you just chilling there nice and high. You crack a Monster open, halfway through the can, you're not high anymore. Now the last one on the list, and leave me some comments. Should I try to keep this going as a series? This is the second part, and I mean, there can only be so many things that ruin your high. So leave me some comments and let me know things that ruin your high that I might not have thought of yet. But number 5 on the list is stressful situations or anger. I was hearing somebody tell a story the other day about how they were on so many edibles. They were just really high, and they were taking an Uber, and the Uber got into an accident. They weren't driving. They were just in the backseat chilling, like on the moon, like ready to go home or whatever. And the Uber gets in an accident, and they're like, bro, I snapped out of it like that. And that's common. There's a lot of things that can just snap you out of it, that could sober you up instantly. And for some people, the stressful situation is like video games. You're playing something that's not chill. You're playing a sweaty game, bro. For some people, gamer rage will ruin their high. You got a game that is just pissing you off. You can't do what you're trying to do in the game. That will take your high away, right? It's fun to get high and play video games, but there's some games out there that are just, they're controller breakers, bro. They are monitor punchers. They are keyboard slammers. There's some games out there. It can make a chill situation not chill very quickly. Wait, real quick, leave a comment. What do you think is the most stressful game, the most gamer rage inducing game? I played that Only Up game. I have a video on my YouTube channel where I took a bong rip every time I fell playing Only Up. I fell a lot. So unless you're combating the rage with like a fat rip each time you get raged, that gamer rage can take away your high pretty quickly. Either way, come get high with me on Twitch tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. We got Batman movie night, and I'll see you later, my dudes.